And now for Coffee with Wheeler. How do we make our coffee? Here's how. First, you have to have a Coffee Ninja and a Coffee Ninja. Second, you have to make sure your water reservoir is filled up enough. I'll fill mine right up to about the top here. Forgot, this is strong caramel and this serves two. Put the water reservoir back on the Coffee Ninja and open your coffee thing here. Go and get a number 4 cone filter, and then you have to fold the cone filter. You're supposed to do here. And you gotta put the cone filter into the coffee thing. Like so. You grab some Seattle's Best Dark Intense number 5 coffee. Put your Cuisinart coffee grinder. Making sure to mention all the brand names here so I have like unpaid advertisements. Yeah, it should be about enough. Put on the lid. Grind. Grind it all the way down. There we go. And once the coffee grinder starts sounding like it's all out of beans, that's where you take it off there. Now your coffee should be ground. Now you have to put it in the coffee thingy here. On the Coffee Ninja, the scooping step is as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you need the exact number, there you go. 6 scoops of super crazy coffee into the coffee. I don't even know what that thing's called exactly, but the coffee thing. Slide it in, turn the drip stop off, turn it to full, and press specialty brew, and there you go. You have 2 servings of strong caramel. So now while that's brewing, it's gonna take a little while. You get your whole milk. I don't know, you can use any sort of milk that you want. And usually I put an entire cup in a 2 serving batch here. So while that stuff is still brewing, let's get the 2 mugs. That's dealer's mug there, the Schlitz. I got this FLCL Fooly Cooly mug I picked up at Mall of America. Those are both the same size, surprisingly, or at least close to it. And then once that's done brewing, I'll pour in, first of all, the milk here that I have already measured, and then I'll have to put some salted caramel sauce in there. That makes it the super caramel. And the salted caramel sauce, I think we put 2/3 or a cup, plus a little bit more, and then stir it up. Should be ready to go. This is just about done brewing. Once it beeps, it'll be ready. There's the beep signaling the end of the coffee being brewed. Time to turn the drip stop on, turn the machine off, pour the stuff in there. And then we have to make a refill with the caramel sauce. Wrong with my previous measurement there. It's not 2/3 of a cup, it's 1/3 of a cup. Learned that after looking at it here. Just it looked like plenty. So just pour that in there. Nice caramel sauce. You get a spoon and scrape the rest of that out of there. So I've given it a final little stir here and it should be ready to go. Strong caramel is in the house. Put that in your measuring cup. Let's pour the coffee here. Nice and full cup there. Two full cups. Top that one off a little bit. There we go.
I'm ready.
Strong caramel. Dealer with his eye cup. Look at that. He looks like he's ready for coffee.
Yeah.
The coffee look.
Actually, we test all the camera items before we send them out. Oh,
this is the test.
one's failing.
Try out my strong caramel here. Yep, pretty good. Good as usual. Good Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday morning. Time to get more listing done. Well, say Wednesday morning, but it's actually more like Wednesday afternoon. But anyway, more listing to do today. I have a bunch of different film things here, so those should go pretty quick, and I should have a pretty good number today. This should be a good number day. Just started drinking my super coffee, so I'm probably all supercharged. But before all the listing, I need to finish up editing my Monday vlog, which is kind of funny. These are staggered so much, about a day and a half off. But after that, I will get some of these pictured and start listing these. Video edited 5 minutes later, is about 70% done already, but now it's time to answer some questions. Okay, so I have one box to list that was pictured and ready to list yesterday. So I'll get that listed first, but then I have all these sorted now. So the 127 type film there, that's 120 film. Behind there is 620 film. There's 35mm film. There's this one here that'll be a lot up. This one's in the wrong spot. 120 film, 620 film. Missed a couple there. 616 film there. And there's some more 120 film. Didn't sort these as well as I thought I did. And that's exposed. Okay. 828 film. This is going to be gold right here. I'll have to let you know when I list those how much those go for. That is the most expensive type of film. Hardest to find. This one's kind of cool here. I'm not sure if I can zoom in very well on this. Let's see how test out my camera's macro capabilities here. If you can see in the light here, it says Kodak Brownie. It's pretty cool. It's our original Kodak Brownie spool. And then this little lot here, these are all either rolled into the camera or exposed. And these two here are brand new, just not unwrapped. 124 is a rare film, and this one's pretty cool with the brass top and bottom and the wood middle. A bunch of little spools here. Those ones are all empty. People will buy these to refill with modern film, so they can have a vintage looking spool in their camera. And then there's all these old dry plate boxes, which I described a little bit yesterday. This one here, I have a feeling is going to be a little bit better because it's larger format. I think it's 8x10. Have to look at the box for that. It's funny, extremely rapid dry plate. Whoa, extremely. But there is the film stuff all sorted, ready to list. Let's get it listed. Okay, well, I could find a sold on this one, but the only couple listed are in worse shape at like $140 or $150. I totally overlooked the fact that Roebuck is Sears Roebuck and Company. So this is late 1800s Sears film. I actually have a Sears catalog in here. I can probably look through and see if I can find anything on it. Sears catalog 1908. But anyway, I'm going to list that up at probably $120. It's pretty cool. Blue label Sears Roebuck dry plates, extra fast. One little side note, I don't know exactly when this was reprinted, but it is a reprint. It's a 1902 or 1901, 1903, whatever I said before. Sears catalog, and that is really cool right there. The Rochester Camera Factory, they made Conley cameras. Was one of their first original brands. They had some other brands later on. But there's a later version of the blue label Roebuck dry plates box. Along with this Conley camera, only $1.95 for this entire setup. And then just paging through these other ones here, I really like all these illustrations. I need to take a good page through one of these catalogs at some point. Camera like that right there, that's a few $100 camera. I'd say probably $600 or $700 right now. Aim with that one right there. These stereoscopic cameras are really desirable. But I found this pretty interesting. There's some other, those are standard, not the blue label Roebuck dry plates. So pretty neat. Complete instruction in photography included with every setup here. Some of these lenses here again are worth big money. Pretty cool. Not only cameras you can find in here, there's all different types of things. Here's your blue label 5x7 things, 60 cents for a box of those back in the day. Pretty neat. There's all kinds of different stuff in the Sears catalog, all with pictures. Quite an interesting read. One final thing in this catalog, here's something right here that would be worth probably $200 or $300. If you found one of these new old stock Barnett film in the box, those are extremely rare nowadays, especially that early. Roll film really wasn't that popular at the time, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, so lots of B-roll today of all different types of things and a little bit more information on them. But hopefully that's interesting for you guys. But anyway, I'm going through these final film boxes here. This really shows you how popular Kodak was at the turn of the century. A lot of these different brands, the Standard, Stanley, and Seeds dry plates. At one time, those were all their own company, and eventually they're all bought out by Eastman Kodak Company. It says manufactured by Eastman Kodak Company, successor to the Standard Dry Plate Company. Because basically they bought out Standard Dry Plates. Not sure exactly when, but I just know that's what happened. The Stanley Dry Plate Company, manufactured by Eastman Kodak. Another rebadge slash, and see there goes, successor to the Stanley Dry Plate Company, so same brand. Seeds Dry Plate Company. This is actually really interesting. I have two different boxes here. One of them from the MAC Dry Plate Company, Seeds Dry Plate, and then one Seed Plates from the Eastman Kodak Company, successor to the MAC Dry Plate Company. So this is after they bought it out, this is before they bought it out. So that is really cool. I find that stuff fascinating. And then, of course, here's one that hadn't been bought out yet, as far as I can tell. Kramer's Photo Dry Plates. So this was a completely separate factory or E. Kramer Dry Plate Company. Really cool. all this really went on about the turn of the century. That was when Kodak was exploding with popularity. So one major difference, or one major change that I've made in my eBay listing recently, which is quite a different change, is that I've actually changed where I edit my photos. I used to edit my photos primarily on eBay, but then I started realizing how much image degradation that does to your photos. So instead, I actually started using this program. I've had this program literally for like 5.5, 6 years, and I used it for my normal photo stuff. But first of all, this speeds up processes a little bit just because of how easy and quick it is to crop stuff. Also, you can have like universal changes. You can change all the stuff to one preset. But most of all, it doesn't degrade your images, which is a big deal for eBay stuff. Not like a huge deal, but I mean, for our type of things, it really helps. You can see how sharp and clear these images are. I just did a side-by-side comparison, and it's actually crazy how much eBay degrades your images when you edit through their little inbuilt editor. So this is a major change I made, and it's definitely going to lead to better images in the future. So out of all the different kind of generic logo type boxes with no cool photos or anything, this one really stands out as one of the neatest ones. I already pointed out that this is pre-Eastman Kodak Company buying out the company. And that happened anywhere, I haven't been able to find an exact date, but let's say 1895. So definitely quite an early one. The graphics on this box are quite remarkable in quality. If I can get that to focus right there. But the colors and everything are very nice condition. But basically what I wanted to talk about is odd film formats and boxes. Ha! That's a tongue twister to say. Most of these boxes we have here are 5x7, which is probably the second most common of all the different film formats. Anytime you get an odd film format, like the standard ones were 4x5, 5x7, and 8x10, let's say 11x14 was a stretch, and then they're like 2x3 and a couple other ones, but anytime you have an odd one like this, which is 4 1/4 by 6.5, that increases the value quite a bit. We've had some for the Vivi miniature camera, which I think is like 2 1/4 by 4.5 or something weird like that. But first of all, to be the pre-Kodak, so a lot earlier than others, and also being that odd film format, this one's worth about double to maybe even a little bit more than this other one over here, which is 5x7. Okay, well I didn't have a timer on those listings, but I did just finish listing 10 of these boxes here. So that's all the boxes listed. One interesting thing you can do, which I don't want to show this all the time because sometimes I'm kind of slow, but you can look at these numbers of time left. List all these at 10-day buy it nows. Wait for this focus for a minute. But 9 days, 22 hours, 49 minutes. How much time is left on the last one here. And if you pan up, you can see 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, another 5 minutes. Let's see, 32. I'm bad at math. That one took a little while. But it's kind of interesting. You can go back through and see how long each one of these took. But those are all listed. There's the prices. Actually pretty high on those. They'll go on sale. There's a way to watch one of them I see. But there they are. About an hour to list 10 boxes. My first listing here is going to be 127 type film. I have them all laid out by different types. Not necessarily dates, which will be listed separately if they have different dates. This is May 1974 and May 74. So those will be listed in the same auction. And Ektachrome here, January 1971, all the same again, so that's pretty cool. And these two are different, 1967 December and December 1973, so those will have to be separate listings. So it's pretty old here, May 1959. Usually these are about 4 years out or 3 years out of the expiration. There's a 1962, 1961, 1973, and then a couple of 1970s ones there again. So basically, those will be multiple listing. Those will be a multiple listing. By multiple listing, I mean like one item, but I'll have 3 in the same listing. And then all the other ones are individual. 127 film, though, should go reasonably quickly. All new old stock, all sealed. Yeah, switch on my battery here shortly because I have 4% battery remaining. But one just quick note on why we sell film like this and who is the market for this type of film. A few different markets. 1970s film is really on the edge of one of them and more into the other. And the one that's mostly in is collectors. People like these boxes for display. They like to respool the film. They like the look of the film. And then it's right on the back end of a different type of market, which is lomography. Lomography is a type of image that is highly degraded, but it gives some interesting effects, weird effects, whatever. Some people like that, and they'll use really old film to give more of a natural, unedited effect to that kind of effect. Too many effects in there. 127 film is also discontinued. So people will stick that in old cameras like Kodak Brownies. So first of all, the lens gives the effect, the camera gives the effect, and the film gives a really strong effect, just making the image look interesting. It gives a different interest. It's not quite my cup of tea, but it is something that people look for. All these professionally taken, super nice, awesome, great photos. It's admiring my new photo editor. Really does make the photos look pretty nice. Okay, well, it's time to go make a quick shake and get on the run. This one's going to be a meal replacement plus kale shake thing. But anyway, there are the listings. Let's go take a look at the times it took here. 13 listings, 2 of them were multiple. And that's the different time things there. Pretty good. Let's see here. 23, less than an hour for 13 listings. There they are all lined up. Goal is to get this done before dealer gets back to pick me up for the run. It's just past 5 p.m. Let's go make that quick shake. Fork equals best tripod. Just stick your camera right on there and it's in perfect position for making anything you want to make. Just gonna go get my 18 ounce if I can find it back here. But if not, I'll use that one right there. And let's grab some superfood stuff there. Some meal replacement enzyme diet stuff. This is from Volera. And then I'll get some fresh kale out of the fridge here. It needs to be used up reasonably quick. I'll just go wash that quickly and then I'll make it into a shake. Not sure the best way to do this, but with kale, I usually just kind of pull it off its stem a little bit here. Throw that in there. Some other ones in here. About 5 leaves, a full bushel for $1 at Dillon's, so pretty good deal for organic kale. Kale doesn't blend super well, so it's going to be kind of a chunky shake. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I need to have some kale in my diet. Greens are good. I don't eat enough greens. I mean, too much processed stuff recently. Time to get a little bit healthier. Let's just pull the end off that one and just put that whole thing in their stem first. And I'll get a small scoop of this stuff here. This is like grain superfood stuff that I picked up at Whole Foods. Just miscellaneous. They had free samples. I picked one up, and won't put quite a full scoop of enzyme diet in there because there's plenty of other stuff in there. And I'll fill this up with water, and I'll blend it up. There we go. It won't be the most appetizing thing, but it's probably what I should have. Stick that on the blender here. I'm gonna do that one-handed. Actually, you know what? I'll press Ultra Blend. And there you go. A delicious looking. Probably should put an ice cube or 2 in there. So actually, I'm going to blend it up a little bit more. There you go. I can feel the cold exuding from the container. Seems good. Should be pretty good. That's about it. Let's give it a taste test. Surprisingly smooth for kale. Pretty good, actually. Let's get on the run. Well, dealer's usually back about 5. He seems to be running a little bit late today, so I'll have to figure out what else to do. I'll either edit the vlog from yesterday that you already saw, or gonna have to sort some more of this film here for listing. I'll probably just edit that vlog for a few minutes until he gets here. Okay, so camera change. I'm walking home. Just wanted to say quickly that I want to make footage on the run. I'm actually talking with dealer right now about buying his GoPro so I can start having some kind of time-lapse, creative shots, whatever on the run. So that's in the works, but I'm going on the run. One thing that I totally forgot about, or at least I'm planning on making a video still, which I'll be out here probably by the end of the week. I'm probably not going to do it like today or tomorrow or anything, but 50 days of running in a row, every single day, 2 miles plus of running at actually a pretty quick pace. I'll tell the whole story on that video, 50 days of running in a row, but this is my 50th day. Exciting. Okay, well, I need to go change clothes and then eat supper. That was a disastrous run. I was like, 50th run. Why do I do 5 miles at a benchmark pace of like 6:15? And it started out pretty well. I got 6:08 first mile, but then I realized something was wrong. That kale I had, that shake, digested horribly. Like I was just, on the 2nd mile, I walked like 3 times. 4th mile is just walk, run, walk, run. So 1st mile was 6:08. 2nd mile, I collected 12:50 total with the other one in there. 3rd mile, I think I was right at like 17 something. And then I finished at 26:23 for a 4-mile run. So still quite a bit under like 7-minute mile pace, like it was like 6:45 or something. Oh, but it was horrible. I walked like 15 times. It's a total repeat of the Atwood 5-mile I did a while back.
I was trying to beat this one kid, and we had pretty fast, but I had to walk so many times just because I was just dying. That kill was just the worst. Headaches, cramps, stomach ache, out of breath, everything. Okay, enough ranting. Time to go eat supper. Then I go back down to work and get some listing done. I need to do some scootering one of these days too, but I haven't done that in a little while.
I'm just going to say, wow, editing is slick on this Final Cut Pro 10. Of course, I do have the ideal monitor for this, which is the ultra wide, super large, super wide, crazy monitor. But I mean, I could edit, like this one was a 9-minute, 1-second video. I'm pretty sure I got that done in about 17 minutes, which is really ridiculous. Definitely not a lot of edit. It's mostly just cuts and checking that everything's good. But anyway, back in the office. Let's see what time it is here. It's just like 7:25. Started to learn how to read an analog watch finally. But this is the vlog for Tuesday, and that is going to be going up tonight or early tomorrow, probably tonight. I'll put it up later tonight. So let's get the next lot of these film things listed and finish up the film. Hopefully you can finish all that tonight, and that should make for a good number. I'll be curious to see how long this vlog ends up today, but I have a feeling it's going to be even a little bit longer than yesterday. So hopefully you guys like the longer vlogs. Let me know in the comments with any any suggestions or anything you may have for the vlogs from now on, what you want to see and what I can do differently. Always looking for input. Only took me about a minute to sort all this film into how I'm going to list it. But only 2 ones here that are multiple listings. All the rest are individually listable. And look, these ones right here are expiration 1954. There's one over here that's 1958. For the most part, this stuff's from the 70s. And then also list up this big roll of film here. So let's get all these pictured and get those listed. Okay, well, a bit of a slow start tonight, but I just finished listing all those different film things here. Now at like 36 items listed today. Let's figure out what else is left here and get that listed. Okay, end of the night, and it's about time to go home. So all my listings I got done today, just a bunch of different little film spools and film cartridges and film things later on there. I am the film man. Anyway, I guess I'm going to add this up and put it on the board, and that'll be about it for today's vlog. Okay, so the final number is $1,459, and I think I'm at, let's see if I can find my last listing here even, 52 listings. With questions, I haven't added those up yet, but it's probably like 54 or 55 listings total. Let's get those numbers on the board. Okay, well that's about it for my vlog today. Thanks for watching. If you liked, make sure to like and comment and subscribe below. Well, that's about it for today's vlog. Noah out. Goodbye.